Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Brandocus, and I know in my last update video I'd be back in 2016, but due to a post on Twitter made by one of my favorite YouTubers, the Gamers Joint, I'll leave a link in the description below to his YouTube channel and Twitter, and shout out to him if he's watching this. He made me realize that one of my favorite game series of all time, and the game I love and cherish so much from my childhood, Kingdom Hearts 2, is 10 years old. Now, if you don't know what Kingdom Hearts is, I'll try and find a website. I'll post it in the description, try and give it a little explanation. And if you want to learn all you can about like lore, not even just lore, gameplay, just basics, go to the Gamers Joint's channel. He has a lot of info. He has daily videos on Kingdom Hearts. Right now, we're getting so hyped up for Kingdom Hearts 3. But back to Kingdom Hearts 2. 10 years ago. It came out originally in 2005 in Japan 10 years ago. And just recently, and it came around the same time out in the US. Now, I didn't realize there were... Okay, backstory. Kingdom Hearts 1 was my very first Kingdom Hearts game ever. It was a couple years prior to me finding out about Kingdom Hearts 2. My neighbor had it, and I just so happened to have a PS2, so I saw she had it. I was like, this looks like a pretty cool game. Can I borrow this? And sure. And then I ended up looking at my progress like a week later. I had like 20 hours put into the game already. And I was in Hollow Bastion, and I was just blown away by the creativity. Like, I've heard of Final Fantasy back then. I heard about it. I didn't know a lot about it, but I thought the characters that were involved with Disney, and just the fact that, like, this whole traveling between Disney worlds. Because, basically, for everybody, I hope, I know it's not just me, had Disney in their childhood. And, like, seeing all the kind of Disney universes being kind of connected by this one, like, boy that was kind of around the same age as you, and, like, saving the world. Like, I didn't get the key idea back then. I was like, that's kind of a crazy thing. And I was young back then, so I had a really hard time. I never, like, until, like, recently, until I got my hands back onto Kingdom Hearts 1, I didn't beat Ansem myself. But, like, my older brother, he had the ultimate weapon. It was a great game. And then it was a Thanksgiving. I went down to Chicago to see family. And it just so happened we were walking through, I think it was a Walmart or something. And I was looking through the PlayStation 2 games. Now, PlayStation 2 was still relevant back in 2007. This was in 2007. And I saw, and the same case cover that's on the screen right now, Kingdom Hearts 2 Greatest Hits for PS2. Now, like I said, this is 2 years after it was initially made. But I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta buy this. And it just so happened my family in Chicago had a PS2, so I put it in, and I spent at least 2 hours playing it, and I was so amazed by the scenery that I kind of, it took me that same amount of time to get through Roxas's, like, the intro, because until you get done with Roxas and, like, him becoming into Sora, you don't see, like, Kingdom Hearts 2, so I was like, wow, that was a long intro, but it was really just me getting sidetracked, because it was so much different, so very different from Kingdom Hearts 1, and then, when I got home, I played more of it, and it just blew my mind, because the forms of having 2 Keyblades at once, that was awesome. It was so badass. And especially when I got to the part with the final form. Now, 10 years ago, I was 8. And in 2007, I was 11. Yes, I'm 18. But So it was a lot easier for me to get down the control mechanics on Kingdom Hearts 2. Thankfully, that unlike like the spin-off versions, most of the spin-offs, how it has a different like control style, like Command X, or with the stupid cards and Chain of Memories. I had it for Game Boy Advance. I haven't played the PS2 version. I'm getting 1.5, so I'll try that out. See if it's as bad. I've heard it's like because it's blown up and you actually have a controller instead of just a little Game Boy keypad. But anyways, it was just blowing my mind, and having like a new type of enemy. Nobody's in Heartless, and just the story was more in depth. And what I remember, when I finished Kingdom Hearts 2, I finished it on standard mode. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it muffled. I was on standard mode when I started Kingdom Hearts. So I got the final cutscene, like the secret ending. And I remember looking on YouTube the next day, not the next day, just like, ooh, I wonder what people think about it. People were like, ooh, this is for Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, Kingdom Hearts 3. When we eventually found out that was for Birth by Sleep. That was then Aqua and Terra fighting Xehanort. And of course we saw Mickey as a student. I think he was a student. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he was a student at the time with the Spellbinder Keyblade, and this kind of people were hinting towards Kingdom Hearts 3 Keyblade War, when technically the Keyblade War already happened back then. But I believe that's what it's leading up to, a second Keyblade War. That would be awesome. Just getting spread out. I know that like they kind of had a setting in Birth by Sleep, but just imagine Sora, like, and all the other Keyblade wielders, and they would just be able to pick up any Keyblade and it would just be an all-out brawl, and it just like even the Seekers of Darkness could pick up the Keyblades, and like it would just be an epic battle, I would think. But Kingdom Hearts 2 was one of those things that I will always remember from my childhood. It's just like nostalgic to me, because I love the idea of going to different Disney worlds. The messages were good too, and the storyline. I loved all the Organization 13 members. Shout out to the Gamers Joint's favorite. I can't even pronounce Marluxia. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have any information here. I know which one. I know it starts with the Marluxia. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gamer Joint, please. Please comment down below. I don't want to do a disgrace to your favorite Organization 13 member. But the one member I hated the most was in 2.5. Okay, the 2.5 remix, when they had like the secret openings like in every world where you could fight like Organization 13 members that were already defeated like during Chain of Memories, like and it was, I can't remember his or her name, but it was the one with the cards. Like I was just starting out 2.5, like replaying Kingdom Hearts 2, and I saw this. So I went in. This guy has so much health, and like he's so easy in the beginning, and when you get in down to half health, he goes in beast mode, and it's, oh my gosh, it was so hard. And then I was like, nope, I think I need to be more ready. So eventually I defeated him, but and of course the Organization 13 member that has the blue guitars everywhere. But looking back, since those many years ago when I first played Kingdom Hearts 2, it was my favorite world out of like all the Kingdom Hearts games I played. I played Recoded 358 over 2, Birth by Sleep, KH1 and KH2, and Chain of Memories on GBA. on Game Boy Advance. But if I had to pick a favorite world, that's a tough one. Man. I mean, there's so many. Like and I just want to say something. Does anybody remember Tarzan in Kingdom Hearts 1? Why didn't they, I know there was multiple Tarzan movies they could have adapted. But anyways, that's just me. But my favorite would have to be, of course, the Lion King's world. Just him transforming. I know, he transformed into, a merman, and, Goofy a sea turtle, and I didn't get how Donald was a octopus when he was already technically a duck, a sea creature, so I don't get that. But mine was, of course, Lion King. Lion King was my favorite Disney movie of all time. Disney cartoon movie, okay. And just them implementing it into Kingdom Hearts 2, which I'm really hoping they implement it back in. That's one of the returning worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3, for Simba, the Lion King 2, Simba's Pride or whatever, when his daughter and Scar's son and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Just have a sequel there. And my least favorite out of the whole, especially out of Kingdom Hearts 2, is the Little Mermaid's world. That was so stupid. I didn't even like the combat version in Kingdom Hearts 1 because it was so hard to control, compared to all the other worlds. And, it was the easiest part of the world in Kingdom Hearts 1, of course, was when you fought Ursula. But Kingdom Hearts 2, there's all kinds of good things to say, from the characters to the plot to especially when you get defeated by Heartless sometimes, with some bosses, you get a second chance and you get to play as King Mickey, and you have to heal Sora, which is really cool. And that's really the only other playable character in the mainstream games. I know you could play as other characters in the multiplayer on 35 358 over 2. There we go. Sorry. Trying to say it right. Just from the upgrade from the scenery, the combat style is so much better than all the other games. From the dry forms, especially Final Form. Final Form is awesome. How the Keyblades just move around you. From going to actually the Disney Castle, where it was just an idle world in the KH1 map that you couldn't really visit, but there were cutscenes in it, but that was it. But how you could finally explore the Disney Castle, that was cool. It's just the whole game series, and especially Kingdom Hearts 2, is one of my favorite game series of all time. So I can't say top because it's kind of tied for first, but it's just, I can't believe it's 10 years old already, and hopefully we don't have to wait another 10 years to get Kingdom Hearts 3, but they did promise 2.8 will be the final game in between. So, fingers crossed for a 2016 or 2017 release. They're still recruiting devs, and if you want to know more news about the whole Kingdom Hearts series, or Kingdom Hearts 3 news, or Kingdom Hearts 2.8 remix news, go to the Gamer's Joint channel. He has a lot of stuff, and I hope you can post some of your favorite memories to him as well, because if you do, if anybody who's played Kingdom Hearts 2 or any of the games has to fall in love with the series, because it brings your childhood memories and just an epic storyline together to create an awesome gaming experience. So I hope you enjoyed, and I promise you this is the last video till 2016, thanks to my new computer coming in and me being able to do actual mobile gaming videos. So I'll see you in 2016, and the Gamer's Joint, I'm glad we each have had this experience with Kingdom Hearts. and I'll play with you guys and game with you guys and talk to you guys later.